How resilient are you feeling this week? After Boris Johnson's announcement of even more restrictions to limit the spread of COVID.
We will get through this winter together. There are unquestionably difficult months to come, and the fight against COVID is by no means over.
I thought Janice Turner summed it up really well in The Times, where she described feeling like the last 5 months were climbing up a ladder to escape this thing, only to swish down a snake at the last minute and head into winter, which is limited in social opportunities, in sport, in ability to go away, to see the people that we love and care about, and even potentially with Christmas cancelled. Only this time it's not an Alan Rickman joke.
And call off Christmas.
It's a tough time, and judging by some of the literature coming out from crisis experts, it's going to get even darker. It's really tough for people who are running offices and big organisations who have spent millions of pounds setting up systems that make them COVID safe, whether that's putting in screens or ventilation or rearranging the layout in the meeting rooms, only for everyone to go straight back to square one and be working from home again, pretty much indefinitely. The upside, fragile as it is that schools and nurseries are back at the moment, and that's brilliant. But I've done 4 webinars this week, and on all of them somebody's told me their kids have already been sent home. So we all feel that this is a tenuous piece that's going to be hard to ride, which makes it the perfect moment to speak to Rowan Gray, who is an expert in resilience and has been studying this subject.
The circadian rhythm is a 24-hour body clock that regulates our stress and recovery response. We typically have stress in the morning that tapers through the day and obviously in the nighttime, and then recovery picks up in the afternoon and the evening. The more I do this work, I think the more I believe that people actually know what they need to do. And it can be watching a trashy program on Netflix. It can be running 10 miles. It can be any sort of hobby. It can be a career change. I often say, just as a starting point for resilience, it doesn't start with following a list of 10 things to do. It follows by being more who you are and following your energy and your curiosity. I'm reading a book at the minute called Transitions by William Bridges. And he talks about, rather than change having a beginning, a middle, and end, he says change has an ending, a middle bit, and then a beginning. So something has to end before something new can arise from it. In the tough times, we need to do the basics even more so than in the good times. And the basics for me is getting sleep. So getting 7 to 8 hours of high quality recovery, the physiological state of recovery, is key to any resilience practice. Food, it might be obvious to say this, but the food we put into our bodies has a huge impact, both physically and mentally. And then the third one is exercise. Exercising relative to our base load of stress. Resilience is not trying to be perfect. We're not trying to have the perfect job, home life, social life, hobbies, everything all at the same time. I think that is a false expectation, and especially right now with what's going on in the world. Life is messy, imperfect. Thinking it should be anything otherwise is a stressor in of itself. So be kind to yourself.
What I take from what Rowan says is that we have to give ourselves time to recover from the stresses and the strains of what's going on around us. And that within ourselves, we know what those things are. We just have to give ourselves permission to do them. I fear that if we don't, some of us might end up hibernating in caves before the winter's out. So let's all take a moment now to think about what those things are for us. For me, I've got a calendar that's booked with yoga and swimming and some really shit telly that I'm very excited about.
That all goes out the window when you get punched in the face.
Next week, by popular demand, we are going to be ripping back the curtain on how these vlogs are made, giving you some tips and tools in case you wanted to consider making them yourself, and the opportunity to meet the team behind them. We look forward to seeing you then.